Hello, I am Juan Manuel. I am the CEO and co-creator of TOMi. TOMi is a technology created for teachers, and this is the result of almost 10 years of creating technology for education. But we stop in a place when we say that everybody was thinking technology for innovation in education, but ever this technology was done for students and how to give technology to the students to learn more. However, all the creators of technology have forgotten that the teachers are really the transformators of technology or of the education with technology inside the classroom. Actually, the innovation in the education begins with teachers. So we decided to create a tool like an assistant, like a very powerful computer that really helps the teachers to make innovation. So all this begins because I have born and grown up in a poor town nearby here in Medellin, in Colombia. And a teacher, when I was 12, changed my life and take me out of the drugs and take me out of the neighborhoods, of very violent neighborhoods. And finally, I decided to create a company. So now we are at almost 250 people creating technology for teachers. So I have created this video because we have a commercial presenting TOMi that I invite you to watch it if you have not watched it yet. And this shows in a very amazing way how TOMi works. However, I want to show you a real life, make a real life demonstration of how TOMi works. So I'm going to start with a fast unboxing of TOMi so you can know what is inside the box of TOMi. I'm going to start right now, and in the first time, I have here a Spanish version of TOMi. However, this is already available in English. So I'm going to open this one, and the first thing that you find is TOMi. We have designed a very beautiful device, so this is very friendly with the teachers since the opening the box. The first thing that you're going to find, it's a TOMi that is actually a computer. It has a Samsung processor inside. And you're going to find here a function button for calibrating the whiteboard and that kind of things. I'm going to show you in the demo. You're going to find here an HDMI output, so you can connect this to a TV or to a video projector. And in the back side, you're going to find two USB ports, an Ethernet cable port, and a power port to connect it to the AC power, and a power up, a power on, and power down, power off button. And after that, if you open the DOM, you press here, you're going to open the DOM, you're going to find here two sensors. The first one is in the front, and is the sensor that TOMi used to become any surface into a digital whiteboard. Any projection over any wall or over any TV will become interactive with TOMi. And in the back side of TOMi, you're going to find a sensor that helps us to automatically rating the exams and to taking the attendance of the classrooms and making virtual augmented reality inside the classroom. So I'm going to show you all that inside in the next part of this video. To end this introduction, I'm going to open the box. You're going to find, when you open TOMi, you're going to find first a welcome message and a fast instructions on how to connect TOMi to the TV or the video projector and how to become it interactive, or using a keyboard and a mouse, because it's a computer, so you can use a keyboard and a mouse to use this as you use any other computer. On the other hand, you're going to find here a digital pen. This is a $3 digital pen, and we manufacture and put in the hands to the teachers to interact with the surface. And inside this box, you're going to find some other components very important for TOMi. For example, these are some samples of the cheats of the exams. You can make copies of these or print more from the files inside the TOMi, and you can use it to rate automatically your exams. On the other hand, you can find here also some augmented reality markers. You can print more of this from the device, and a fast guide or how to use TOMi. This is a little bit more detailed to the first one, and how to turn it on, how to connect it, how to make the first steps, how to identify the icons in the interface. And by the other hand, you're going to find here a fast recommendation of how to take care of TOMi. And finally, you're going to find some stickers for taking the attendance of the students. You also can print more of this and paste it over anything that you want to paste over of your students, the ID card or, I don't know, the notebooks of the students. There are many places you can use it to identify your students inside the classroom. I'm going to show you how does it works. And if you continue open it, you're going to find the charger for the pen. This have a battery inside, so you're going to charge just this from your computer, from TOMi, or from the power from the wall. And you're going to find also the power adapter for TOMi. And finally, you're going to find a almost 2 meters cable of HDMI cable to connect TOMi to the TV or the video projector. So that's all. Let's go to a fast demonstration of how really TOMi works. So let's start the demonstration of how TOMi works. And the first thing that I have here is my TOMi already turned it on. It's connected by HDMI to the video projector, and it's connected to the power, and it's gonna turn on automatically. After that, the first function that I'm gonna try is becoming the whiteboard into a digital whiteboard, into any wall or any TV, into an interactive surface. To do so, the first thing that I need to do is press the function button in the front of TOMi, and immediately the ring, the luminous ring, is gonna turn blue, and you're gonna see the calibration application in the computer screen. And finally, you need to open the DOM of TOMi, and you're gonna use the laser pointer that's gonna appear there to point to the center of the screen. I'm using a Spanish version right now of the TOMi. However, there's a distribution. There's a distribution in English. So the next step, when you have focused the laser point to the center of the screen, is just go and press in continue. And after that, you need to press in each one of the corner of the screen in order to indicate to TOMi what is the working area of TOMi. What is the area that I'm going to become interactive? After that, I'm going to have a simple digital whiteboard, similar with the same functions that other digital whiteboard have. For example, writing over the screen and recording all the classroom. But actually, I have many other functions because TOMi is a computer. For example, I have here something similar to Office from Microsoft. So I have here, for example, software for editing an Excel sheet, or I have a Word document editor tool, or PowerPoint. I have a computer. I can surf internet. I have all the functions here. And I have here in the side of the screen, I have a toolbar where I can choose, for example, writing over the screen. So I'm going to have now a tool to write over the screen, very similar to any other digital whiteboard. For example, I can change the size of the screen, of the tip of the pen, or changing the color of the tip of the pen. For example, here I change it to red, and I can write over here. It's again very similar to any other digital whiteboard, but this is more portable than any other one. By the other hand, I have here like multiple slides, so I can add a new slide, a white one, and I can write over here. And TOMi is going to have multiple slides here, so one of these one is going to become like a independently paper in a PDF file. So you can export it and send it by mail, or share it anywhere or any way with your students. You also can record your screen and share the video in YouTube and that kind of things from TOMi. There are many functions. For example, you can make a zoom over the screen. So you choose here how much you want to be zoomed in and drag over the screen to select one place of the screen. Use some tools for focusing any area of the screen, or you can actually do something like writing over the zoomed image of the screen. Sorry for that. There it is. So if you want to know more functions about how use the whiteboard of TOMi, you can go to any one of our tutorials on internet. This is subtitled in English. So you can know how to use the keyboard, or how to use the zoom in, or how to use the black screen or screen recording. All this is in our tutorials, and you can go and watch it when you want. Other of the most wonderful functions that TOMi 7 has is that inside TOMi there is like a hotspot of content. This is like a Wi-Fi antenna that is going to be turned on when you turn on TOMi. So in your classrooms, you can connect your smartphone or your tablet or your PC or any smart device to TOMi and surf inside the contents that already TOMi has inside. If you have internet, it works good, but if you don't have internet, it also works so good. So you can surf inside the contents, like if you have a small cloud or a small internet service inside TOMi. To try that, I'm gonna use my cell phone to connect to TOMi. So I'm gonna open my connections in TOMi, Wi-Fi connections, and I have many TOMi connections there. So I'm gonna select here the hotspot function, and I'm gonna find here the ID of the network. And my network is TOMi 385. So I'm gonna select TOMi 385, and here's the password that I should use. So I'm gonna write it down and connect. I'm gonna wait some seconds to get the connection ready. And when it's ready, I'm going to the Chrome browser, for example. You can use Safari or any other browser that you need. Also, if, for example, you have a Chromebook inside your classrooms, you can use your Chromebooks to interact with TOMi. And I'm going to write here the website of TOMi. It's local.tomi.digital. And go. And it's loading. The first time it could take a little seconds to load. And finally, there it is. You're gonna find here multiple functions, but mainly you're gonna find one in the top side that says remote keyboard. But also you're gonna find the digital content that you already synchronized. When you come here and select contents, you can upload your own contents or find other contents online and index it here. And although you don't have internet, you can synchronize the content and share it with the device of your students. For example, here I'm going to select the first one, and in the device of the students or in the smartphone, you're going to find all the content to interact. For example, these are some contents that the Colombian government have shared for free in the internet. You have videos there, you have some interactive contents, and you can access to it for free and from any device you have connected to TOMi. What I'm going to show you right now is how to use a remote keyboard, how you can use your cell phone keyboard and your cell phone screen as mouse of TOMi. So TOMi is asking for my last 4 digits of my TOMi serial. I'm going to write it down, and now my cell phone has become like a virtual mouse and a virtual keyboard for TOMi. TOMi was thought as an assistant for the teacher for making more interactive and more collaborative the classrooms. So the first thing that you need to do, or you should do when you're using TOMi, is logging in the students inside the classrooms, logging in the students to TOMi. And there is a very fast and very interactive way to logging in all the students. And it's with an automatic assistance taken of TOMi. To do so, the first thing that I need to do is open in the group. You need to create the group through our platform and internet before of this. And after that, you just need to look at this inside all the groups that you're dealing with in your school. And I'm going to use the keyboard of my cell phone to write down, to type here Maestros. That's the group that I'm going to use. And selecting this one from here. And after that, the area that I'm going to give to them. For example, mathematics. This is the area that I'm going to teach. When I do so, all this function is going to be activated, and I will just choose the function of assistance taken. I'm going to do it with a pen. Remember that you can use your cell phone as mouse and keyboard, or you can just touch it with your pen. There is a list of all the students that are inside this group, and after that, the only unique thing that you need to do is showing the QR or the marker that is printed over anything that you need to print this over. You can download the markers from internet, and after that you can paste it over the notebooks or over any surface of your students. I don't know, anything of your student have to paste this over. And after that, the unique thing that you need to do is showing the QR, and automatically he's gonna identify the students. For example, I have Cameron Diaz here, and automatically he is gonna recognize you, and he is gonna activate the students in the class session. If you want, and maybe some of the students didn't have the marker with them, you just need to check this with the pen, and they're going to be logged in inside the classrooms. The parents can be notified if the student is going to the school or is not going to the school. Is some way it's a way to have some control over the assistance of the students. You also can export the report. I'm going to show you that in a moment, and share it with the school or share it with the parents. Now that you have your students logged in your TOMi and logged in your classrooms, you have many functions that you can apply to them, and you're gonna find that it's very exciting. I'm gonna show you the main 3 functions that you can use. The first one is the participation in the classroom. You want to select someone in your classroom that should come to the whiteboard, or I don't know, make a discourse or something like that. You will ask to TOMi for help. You only need to take the function participation, or participation in the classrooms, and after that you're going to start like a random selection of the students. TOMi is going to find someone in the classroom, and finally he's going to select someone that comes to the whiteboard. And when the students come to the whiteboard or make their presentation, you also can select here that is like giving some e-words to the students for their participations. For example, in this case, Bob Esponja, we have one of these e-words for example, attitude. And the attitude that I want to recognize to him is participation. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to assign this to the student, and he's going to receive it in the application, in the free application of TOMi that the parents can download. and the student can download too, and they're gonna get it. And in the reports of participation in the class, also the teacher is gonna have it. Other of the functions that the teachers loves use with TOMi is exam rating. Inside TOMi, there is an application that the teachers can use for creating exams. You can add image, create options, select the correct options, create a bank of different questions for applying the future exams. And finally, that exams can be exported to PDF and being printed, but also that exams can be used for automatic rating of the exams. So you can use paper sheets like this, and you can print this from internet, and you can use this one to make the exam rating in less than 1 second. To do so, I'm going to start the function of exam rating, and I'm going to choose a test. For example, I'm going to choose basic test. TOMi is going to load the list of students, and it's going to turn on the back camera of TOMi. And what I need to do only is showing the paper sheet to TOMi without covering the border of the edge of the square around the paper sheet. In less of 1 second, the exam is automatically rated. So now I can choose here and watch, for example, that Claudia have won the 50% of the test. If I want to see the detail of that, I can click on view the report, and I'm going to find here that Claudia that have 2 files in her assistance to the classrooms. And Bob Sponja, for example, have 1 e-word for participation in class. But I can see here that for the basic test, I have the 50% of winning for Claudia. So I can choose or select it, and I'm going to see a more detailed report of which one of the questions was answered good or correctly by Claudia. This test only have 2 questions. I had more that question selected in the paper sheet. However, he takes only the 2 first selections for the 2 questions that we have marked down. So I have here a more detailed report. I can export it to PDF, and it's sent to a mobile application of the parents, so the parents automatically can see the results of the test in their cell phones. Finally, I'm going to show you the function of augmented reality of TOMi. So here in the top toolbar, in the bottom toolbar, you select augmented reality. You're going to find here an option for downloading the QR codes or the markers that you can use for the augmented reality, and you can find here the visualization button to activate the camera again. So the next thing that you need to do is just show into the camera the QR. For example, this is a monkey. Let's turn this look into me. And here, for example, I have other one that is a human bones representation. And for example, I can use both, and maybe in my classroom I can make a comparison of the evolution of the human beings, for example, or interacting with them and rotating them, for example, to view more close the character. So the classroom can become more interactive with this kind of contents. That's all for today. This was a fast presentation of what TOMi can do for the teacher inside the classrooms. Actually, the most powerful things that TOMi can do depends of the teachers and the content that they are using inside the classroom, the content that they can download from internet and use to help the students to learn faster and contents more interactive like the augmented reality, but also some simulators, chemistry simulators, and that kind of things that we can give to the teachers to work with. Thank you very much, and I hope you can love TOMi.